Well, typical that I get called at a decisive part right as I'm recording an important game. As you might remember, I just used a compass which shows me which of the ways through the woods I can actually move through if I possess the item that lets me walk through the woods. And yeah, I just realized something which is really rather unfortunate. Can you see this guy? Perhaps you've seen him sneak up on me. If you haven't, you might want to rewind to the start of the video and laugh your butts off as this guy just, snuck up on me while I was explaining what the hell I'm doing. I have actually no way of getting past this guy now, except this one. Dying and restarting at the start of the scene. As you might have seen, the counter next to Leben has gone down from 3 to 2, and yes, if you have played the game called Wolfenstein 3D, which happens to have come out the same year as this game, you might remember the expression "Mein Leben" uttered by the soldiers who died. Mein Leben means my life, and if you want to, if you imagine a game in which the guys who die say "my life" as they're actually dying and losing their life, you have some kind of imagination just how funny the expression "mein Leben" sounds to German speakers. It's completely ass silly. Mein Leben. But yeah, actually, I just lost one of my Leben. I just lost mein Leben. Perhaps for an additional gag, I'll just say mein Leben every single time I lose my life. The last video ended somewhat abruptly as I was actually called, because among the many things I can do, one is provide a sound recording environment in which I don't get possibly get interrupted. And as I'm also completely terrible at actually editing video, we'll just have to make do. Anyway, let's collect some more of these items. This is more parts of the Tangram puzzle. As you might remember, approximately 3 levels to the north, 3 scenes to the north, better expression, I collected a square one, and these are triangle ones. Might come important. There's also another garlic, and this right here, in this strange bottle, is a life elixir. You should drink one if you realize your powers start to wane. This life elixir actually gets me an additional Leben. Mein Leben. I feel born anew. And here's another page of the journal. What a drag! Now my Funkgerät. Funk. Now my radio thingy is gone. I wish I'd dispatched my report earlier. I fear I can't wait for help to come. I hope my telegram has already arrived at least. The telegram she's talking about is actually a telegram she wrote you. You are actually the only help Judith is ever going to get, is the implication this journal page makes. And it's true, you are going to be the only other guy, except the Tamala and Judith and the scorpions and the monsters and the snakes. Oh, dear God, the snakes. Enough of the foreshadowing, let's explore this area further. For instance, this here, I know it's a bit hard to see, but this is the entrance to this house. This house is filled, in this part, with food. The food that I just picked up is some more grapes and pumpkins. Pumpkins are the best kind of food. Some more of the little yellow clumps of gold, another piece of tangram, and another journal page. Managed to do business. I know how to do business with the natives now. Apparently, there's a greeting that has to be exchanged first. If I understand Pinjiok right, the words are Inina Anao Ku Ilka, which means so much as something like This is a great day for us. To which you have to answer, Ku is u ku il, for you and for me. Sim is lilash means literally, do you want to trade, to swap, to trade, to barter? I'm gonna try it out tomorrow. New words: il, ich, I, me, my, me, Ilka, we, ku, belongs to, for, Inina, not tomorrow, today, bon, is, to be, to exist, Fana, island, ron, come, sim, want to, like to, lilash, barter, trade, ta, yes, okay, as an ending, very much. This is one you might remember where I said that han is touch and han ta is hit and beat. Ta is basically the affirmative of this language, and just saying ta means yes. In other words, when the natives try to talk to me, inina ana ku ilka, I have to answer ku is u ku il, and if they ask me sim is lilash, I have to answer ta, and then I should be able to trade. This is one of the attractions of the game, exploring the native language and figuring out how it works. We're going to try this out right now, actually. Let's just walk up to this here, to this native here, to this Tamala. Inina ana ku ilka. Ku is u ku il. The Tamala shows you an item and asks with a friendly voice, Sim is lilash. Let's try this out right now. Ta. Okay, what the hell is this? Well, as you can see, it's an old game, and like any old game, you have to play a bit of pixel deduction. What is that thing? Luckily, the game actually has a mechanic that allows you to look at the items, but you have to obtain it at some point. I'm gonna play at least up until that point, so you get a bit of a starting help. And it also shows me a sign of hands, which should be 6. Looks like a part of an old steam engine. Perhaps you should take it with you. Who knows what it's good for? Who knows indeed. And I also learned a couple of words Tamala, which is a pretty hefty point bonus, score bonus, for figuring that out. I lost 6 gold, and I got myself this, well, part of an old steam engine, apparently. And this is how you trade with the natives. Inina ano kuilka. Ku is u ku il. What do you have to offer? Sim is pataka lili na ol il. Oh, damn. That's not Sim is Lila. She isn't trying to trade. She's trying to talk to me. What is she saying? Sim, do you want to? Is pataka lili na? Lili na? I should have probably tried to. I think that was already in one of the journals. Ta? The Tamala offers you a strange food to eat, saying, with the words, Esnouk is tang ish esno. Okay, I have no idea what she's saying now. This is some part. You figure out pretty early how to trade, thanks to that journal page, but to actually understand what the islanders are saying, or trying to tell you, you have to learn a lot more about this language. Let's enter the house from another direction. Of course, there's a reason that I walked all the way around instead of walking right in here. This square is a thorn bush with pretty poisonous and pretty nasty thorns. If I try to walk in there, I die. And I don't want to try that. There's only a limited amount of life elixirs in the game. Let's see. We've got... Oh, I have to go pee again. This is a bit annoying, but... Well, you can't help it. But I think I can delay it for a bit. You don't actually die from never going to the toilet. It just stays slow. Now, as you can see here, there's a door. And this door is surrounded by strangely red walls. This is an excellent place to try one of two things. I could try dissolving the wall with this acid flask, but I can also try this. Dropping the ladder, stepping on it. This is also a way to get over walls and close doors. Sometimes it's the only way possible. And I can get over the wall this way and enter the house. There's another pumpkin, another ladder, and a tangram part. And what is this? Finally, you found the brown shoes. Hiking shoes. Now you can walk through certain ways through the wood. Excellent! And how do I get out now? Well, I have another ladder, but I kind of want to keep the ladders, so I'm going to use the acid flask instead. As you can see, using an acid flask will dissolve these red kind of walls, which is another way to get over many of these obstacles. This is one of the beauties of the game. It's extremely non-linear, and there's usually more than one solution to every single puzzle. In this case, you can get through and past this door by collecting the key. It's a door, actually. Yeah, you see the handle, the little green handle there. You can collect the key. You can collect acid flasks to dissolve the walls around it, or you can use the ladder to go over it. This is a perfect example of the kind of puzzling that you have to do in this game. Now, as you may have noticed, I have the brown shoes now, which let me walk through the woods, and these are the paths I can use. The paths you can use through the woods, you can find these with using the compass, which turns green if there's a way that you can use with the shoes. And here's the toilet. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, yep. Awesome, isn't it? Right. Now let's follow this path over here. And I get back to Antigonar, but I get to enter it from this entrance to the woods. Now I'm inside the temple. And I realize I forgot something, which isn't too bad, and perhaps you might find out for yourself what it is I forgot. Let's collect this garlic first. There's also this, which is a magnet. For some reason there are magnets on this island with certain properties that can be used on arrows. Let's walk up to an arrow. First of all, you have to be careful about this thing here. These eyes in the wall are an animal waiting to jump out at me. If I just sneak past over this journal page of the journal, I'm not going to wake it up. Found a hammer. The settlers had to have left the island almost in a real rush. Everywhere you can find things that you belong to them. Yesterday I found a hammer. Well, but I won't need to use it right now. That's why I'm going to bury it next to the oracle in a temple TR, sextant coordinates 2324, which has got to look like an insect or a crab from above. The hammer is actually a really important tool, and if you commit this journal hint of the journal page to mind, you might be able to find that hammer still buried there, but dig it out and use it. This is just one example of how to play this game. You collect hints from the journal pages, you find the stuff, and sometimes you find stuff without a journal page. It's all about exploration. Anyway, the important item right here is the exclamation mark. This is an old item. This is Robot 3, which is the third in the series. And the Ausrufezeichen, the exclamation mark, is some kind of a help item that enables another command. Anschauen, which basically means look at. It tries to explain and gives German language explanations of what the items do. Some of them are a bit more cryptic than others. This sandwatch serves your memory. It saves your game to the memory. Supplies to take with you. Something to eat. A delectable pumpkin. Lots of energy. These brown hiking shoes are essential to traverse the thick underbrush. And so on. This clove of garlic is really normal. For as long as you're just carrying with you, everything's okay. But if you've eaten it, it's going to be hard finding friends for a time. And enemies. Let's collect this chest and open it. Oh, let's see, it's another life elixir. Not all chests are harmless, actually. Some chests can be real dangerous. Let's enter here. Some more gold, some more food. Some more gold, some more food. Thorn bushes, which I don't want to log into. Walk past this monster and... Well, if I want to go through here, I have to go through this thing. Well, it can't do any harm. Oh my god, no, it's a monster. Oh my god, it's another one! Oh, holy shit. Phew. Now I've hit him there. These are your best friends on this island. These are the monsters, the wild animals that try to kill you. Luckily, they're really fucking stupid. Probably a bit more stupid than animals would be in other games. Because they only try to reach you in a direct route. And they're pretty slow, so it's relatively easy to trick them. But if they ever touch you, you die. Found another hammer. Well, now I found a second hammer right in the sand as I started looking for water. Very good. Now I don't have to dig the other one out. With the wood that I chopped yesterday, I should be able to build bridges now. The second journal page indicates that wherever she hit that first hammer, it's still right where it is. Well, there's another monster. There's one jumping out of the fucking wall, and there's another journal page. The slingshot, fine. I buried in secret in 3126 under the grapes. Do you believe it? Well, at least it rhymes in German. Die Schleuder fein, vergrab ich insgeheim in 3126 unter den Trauben. Wollt ihr mir glauben? Wait, what was that? Was that another of these journal pages? Why does it sound like she actually did go mad? This is the first hint you get in the game that something isn't entirely, well, with Judith Binbaum. Now 10-gram piece, and you can leave the temple with this ladder, which is the only reason that I actually went through and killed all these monsters out, because I knew I would be able to get out. Let's eat something and go to Lou. You don't always get that opportunity. And yeah. I think I didn't trade with all of the natives down there in the marketplace. Let's talk to this one. Inina ano kuilka. Ku is uku il, my dear. Simis pataka lilina ol il. No, well, okay. Lay it on me. Babaum kaum ish e anauk. Oh, well, I should probably describe the gestures too. The Tamala takes a torch in one hand, holds it into a rift in the rock, and says, Babarum kaum ish e anauk. And once again, we have no idea what that actually means. Katalili bonna ish. What? Where are you going? I want to talk to you. Katalili bonna ish. Wait! Well, that's nasty. That is nice. She doesn't want to talk anymore. It's almost as if they don't spend their entire day talking to people and stuff. Uh-oh. That's not a place to be. You see these eyes in the wall? If I stay for too long there, monsters are gonna come out. I really want to talk to you. Well, maybe this one's more talkative. Ku is uku il, my dear. Simis lilash. Oh yes, very much so. Good woman. Holy shit, that's an axe. I get to buy an axe. Now I've got an axe. I'm gonna try it out right now. This is awesome. I've got an axe. axe. We might think that I'm going to use it on monsters to kill them, but that would be too smart. No, I'm actually going to use it on these large palm trees and get wood that I can use to build. If I find the hammer that's been hinted at, or the existence of which has been hinted at in these journal pages from before. Let's go east. Oh, I can go east here. In the southern wood. Well, not all levels in the game are terribly interesting. This is one of the less interesting ones. But even the less interesting ones, you usually find more of these journal pages. Tamala is built up logically. The Tamala language is really simple, but has a logical structure. They form longer words by combining shorter words and use certain prefixes and suffixes for properties to place them and place and so on. For instance, Itisha makes fire, to inflame, fiery. Ish, gut, schön. Na, no, as an ending, nope. To negate it, used as an ending, it negates the word. Ishna, not good, not. Ish, good, beautiful. Ishna, not good, not beautiful, bad, ugly. Ishlomo, good tree, beautiful tree. That's what I call the palm trees. Atme, wood. Atme kutisha, wood that belongs to fire, wood that is firewood. Suffix ol, von. From, in the sense of from where. Da, over, for instance, olda, from above. D, under, for instance, oldi, from under. Tazoldi, temple from under. That's what I call the cross. That's what I call the cross-patterned temple floor, which you can only step on if you possess a certain item, which is not clear, and it's not currently clear which item that is. Many of the stuff is rather cryptic. It all has some kind of purpose, but you only find out about it later in the game. It's also much easier to follow all these things if you actually know German and don't have to go by my butcher translation. Die Furt des großen Waldes. Furt. I know what that word is. It's where you can go over a river because it's more shallow than normal. A crossing, I think. Damn, I know there's a word for it. Anyway, it's one of these crossings is basically here. You can see the beginnings of bridges, actually, from the place I'm at. But from the place I'm at, I can actually go there because there's walls. And I could dissolve these walls using acid flasks if I actually owned one. And going this way, I get back to Temple Antigua now. Well, that was a back. Well, that wasn't very useful. I found journal pages, but that's it. Now I'm back here again. Maybe that green Tamala. What's it called? The thing they wear. It's got a name. Why isn't she... Oh, this is nasty. I know she's got an item that I want to buy. She doesn't want to give it. Doesn't want to give it to me, actually. That's really nasty. What's it called? Damn it. Linden shorts. Loincloth. Yeah, the one with the green loincloth. That's the one I want to talk to. Well, there's some Tamala here, too. Maybe they are going to be more talkative, more helpful. Timus Lilash. Oh, yes, very much so. And you're selling me another clove of garlic, even though I already own 9 of them. Screw off. Well, dann eben nicht. Which basically means, well. Nope. If you don't want to. Ku is uku ill. Please sell me something useful. Simis patica lilina all ill. Well, of course. The native moves her hands up and down and says, Bon opirpir olgasha. I think I know, I wish I could have kept track of what all means, but bon is something that's good. No, ish is good. Bon is something else. Okay, I have no idea what it says. Let's go to the north here. Whoop. Have you seen what's happened in the middle there? One of the monsters actually walked into the thorn bush, as happened again, and it died from it. As would I if I ever walked into them, and there's an item that lets you walk through the thorn bushes without danger, and I have failed to find it as of yet. Anyway, I didn't go here yet, but as you can see, it's kind of dangerous to enter this place, because I'm going to create some monsters, and there's thorn bushes blocking much of the level, actually, so not a good place to be. Let's go somewhere above. Again, there's thorn bushes, and as you've seen what these squares do. That's right, they awaken some of the monsters, and I don't want that to happen yet. But I can go over here. First of all, I can now chop down some of these trees, which means I can reach this life elixir. And here I can chop my way through to the items over there, including these rocks. The rocks can be used with a slingshot that you haven't seen yet, but which has been hinted at in one of the journal pages. And I can get out here again. Maybe I should try talking to this Tamala. Q is U, Q ill. Simus Lilash. Very much so. Ta. Ta indeed. What's that? It's a key. A green color key. As you've seen, the doors in this game are color coded. There's green doors, there's yellow doors. Down here is a yellow door. You've seen gray doors, which is in Antigonar just below. And to enter these doors, you have to find the correct key. I just bought my first key, which is the green one. There's some Tamala here. I want to try talking to them too. Ill. Simis Pathakalina. I want to trade really, but okay. The native holds her hands before her eyes, points to the ground, and then to the heavens, and says, Anauk, blo anaum barbarum. Again, I have no idea what it means. Please talk to me again, and this time, maybe you want to trade? Yes, Simus Lilash. Absolutely. It's a piece of tangram puzzle, which I still have no idea how to use. Well, I do actually, but you don't. Enina ano ku ilka, ku is uku il, my dear. Oh, it's a guy, my friend. Simis pataka lilina o il. Oh, yes, if you want to. The Tamala points downwards and gives you a hint. Taskadi Antigonar uvestar bonka ga barbudu. Huh. Taskadi Antigonar uvestar. Antigonar is the temple from the south. Vestar is the temple right here. Bonka ga barburum. Taskadi. I can't decipher that yet, I think. Please trade with me. Okay. Talk to me again. The man points to the nearby wood and says with determined face, Tamalaok sim is lili. These Tamala want to talk, I think. We Tamala want to talk. Someone wants to talk. Sim is want and Lily is talk, I think. Q is U Q ill. Simis pataka lilina or ill. I want to trade with you, not talk. The native stomps on the ground with his feet and says, Angatishada ishna blo dabada. What? I have no... What? Ishna. It's evil, but I can't decipher the rest. Please trade with me. This is one of the more annoying parts of the game, when you want to trade with a native and instead they just want to give you... try to explain things and talk to you like they're people or something. Which, of course, there are. I'm just joking. Simus Lidash, yes, please. What's that? It's a knife! Now certain plants won't block your way anymore. That's right, I just found myself a machete, which I can't use against monsters whatsoever because I'm a wuss. But still, it's a useful item. Well, I can use the green... Well, I can use the green key, certainly. Let's see. If I run through here... Okay, that's another monster. If I run in there... What? Huh? What's that? You've produced a doppelganger. Judging by its dancing style, it seems to be pretty confused. Well, yeah, I have doppelganger now. The doppelganger is actually confusing to the monsters too. For as long as it lives, it provides a distraction, which just... Well, that distraction didn't hold long. You wouldn't believe it, but there's keys that work. But because this is your first open door, there's a special bonus for you. And now I enter through the door into the woods. Another path to the woods. There's some berries I can eat here. Nom 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 nom. I can go north. Let's see what's here. Well, I'm at that river again. There's some more rocks. And jumping into the river seems a bit risky. If I go through here, what's that? Oh. Seems I don't get anywhere here. I wonder what the exclamation mark has to say about this thing. A gate. A gittertor. A grate. A grate. It's a grate, essentially. It's a gate that I can't cross. It's built by the natives. You have no idea how you should go across it. But there's supposed to be someone on the island who can tell you. For me, this means essentially this far and no further. I can't go further north here. So I go further south. Now the only paths remaining are to the east. Which is this one or this one. The Temple Tiar, which was once built to honor the holy giant crab Tiar. In its head, there's the Oracle Gashaya. According to legend, it protects. It keeps guard to make sure that no one unworthy, unqualified, unallowed reaches the northwest of the island. Anyway, I can get in here. There's a brown door. I don't have the brown key. And what's this? Something's shaking in here. It's a snake box. Snake? Snakes? Oh my god. This is actually one of the tricks you can use. There's a snake in this box. If the snake hatches, it's going to start chasing me. And yeah, here it is. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want it to reach me, but the snake can also go through doors, which makes it even more annoying, but I can block it using items. Ugh. So this snake right here isn't too much of a problem. The others are going to be. Now wait a second. I think I remember something about a Temple TR, don't you? Hammer found. I bury it right to the oracle in the Temple TR, which has to look like an insect or a crab from above. Well, I'm here. I'm right next to the oracle. Now I just have to dig it out using the shovel that I do not own. I suck. I wonder where I could find a shovel. Anyway. For now, that's all I can do here. But I can take the route through here. Collect some of these items. Walk over this bridge. The snake just committed suicide. They do that sometimes. If monsters walk against walls too often, they eventually die. Which is a nice thing. All things considered. And it's another wood. It's another wood. And this is the back door to the temple, which I can't enter because I don't have this yellow key. Which means I also can't get an orange key that's in that temple. Damn. No matter. It's another path to the woods. Oh, I see. Which I can reach only that small thing here. Which is basically a tiny walled off temple area. Probably the remains of a larger temple. I can go here, I can go there, and I can reach this area here. And what's this? You might wonder what this here is. Not totally cooled off lava. She could burn you. It could burn you. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves an active volcano, complete with lava and everything. And there's another journal page, where I can find the green kimuk. Finally, a native from another tribe gave me a hint to look for the green kimuk in the Bay of Megar. Luckily, I have my diving equipment with me. Some new words. Ini, tomorrow. If it's put at the end of a word, it places its meaning into the future. For instance, ilonga ini, I will go. I am going to go. Inina, not tomorrow, today. Barbarum, Imberg, in the mountain, a cave. Bon is, I am. Starting a sentence, there is one. Bonka, they are, and is in a plural. Starting a sentence, there are many. Bonum, something is in. Cryptic as always. Let's go here. Xarangar, the old gate to the volcano. The temple of Xarangar at the foot of the volcano used to be the starting point for climbing the holy volcano. Yet a strong eruption that has occurred a long time ago covered the pass to the mountain of that day with ash and lava, so that the mountain cannot be entered from this point anymore. The volcano. And what's this? Whoops, I accidentally ate the garlic. And what's this? Be careful! It could become dangerous when the thing continues to burn. But you do know some kind of way out, do you? Well, where is it now? Uh-oh. The bomb gun exploded and left behind a horde of monsters! Isn't that awesome? Yeah, I'm not going to go in there. And let's go through here. And walk right past. Wonderful. The tree house of the settlers. This building, built in more recent times, was built in more recent times from settlers who left the island just a couple of years ago because of a smaller eruption. They used the foundation of an ages-old temple, which, like all the other temples, shows the preference of the ancient natives for symmetry. as you can see, but unfortunately I'm walking on the wrong part of this. Well, there's another path here, and well, there's some lava here. I guess it used to be that it could go that way, but now there's lava, and I can cross it like this. Which means I have no choice but to turn back. And now I'm a bit stuck, actually. Well, truth be told, I'm not stuck at all. I know exactly where to go, but I just wanted to show you a bit of what this game feels like, what this game is about, and what it feels like to play and just have to figure out everything for your own. This is basically what you do most of the time. You discover new places, you try to find out how to get to these places and what to do in them. You collect more and more items all the time, and you just try to find out what the hell is going on here. You collect pages of the journal, try to puzzle together what happened to Judith Birnbaum. Maybe, if you look long enough, you even find her, and maybe you figure out what it is you're supposed to do, because you're not going to be leaving here anytime soon without figuring out what it is you're supposed to do. And that, my friends, is, if you say, the first introduction to the game of Robot 3. I might make a complete playthrough of this, but this is probably the point where I should point out that if you know how to speak or better read German in any way, and this game sounds intriguing to you, it's not like Adom where you can basically replay it all the time because it's always a different game every time. Watching a Let's Play series, if I were to make one, would spoil pretty much all of the exploration, the fun that you have exploring the island and figuring out what the hell is going on. So you should probably stop watching and try and get a hold of the game itself. The good news is it's still available to download. It's even available in a updated Windows version, which I'm using right now. Perhaps the less good news is that it's also still commercially sold. To play Robot 3, you have to buy a license key, but you can play the game without any kind of license key up until a certain threshold, which is at about 100,000 points. And that's more than enough to find out if this game is for you or not. With that being said, I'll leave the links to download the game and everything in the description below. And that is the game of Robot, my good people. See you next time.